They fit just fine now that I've worked at the Safety Works and a hose smear. Got the striker flag in there, that's why it ain't going forward. But I know this guy has owned a couple, and several years back, I know he did a torture test on it. And I'm going to let him give his opinions on it. You got my opinions on it. So let's turn it over to Dan.
Let me first say I love what Don here did with the High Point JXP 10mm. He took a gun and made it into something that is more pleasurable to shoot. Why is it more pleasurable to shoot? Well, when I first got this, oh, by the way, I own this and then transferred it over to him. He bought it, but he made it into something that is way nicer. It shot, you had to hold a 12 o'clock plus hold on it to hit the target. It's just what happens when you have a new gun. You have to figure out the gun. And once we did that, it was fine. But you put a red dot on there and that changes that whole dynamic. You now follow the dot instead of worrying about how you're going to hold it on the target. You can now do a center hold. And you did a nice job with it. The custom paint job, it looks great.
Rattle can.
Are you going to do that? Give a little kiss to the piggy.
Yeah.
You have to do that at the end, along with the grips and the compensator. Now, it was a couple weeks ago we shot this with and without the compensator, right?
Yeah, we had a cardboard where it showed without the comp and then with the comp how much difference it made.
Yeah, and if I recall, well, I was the guy shooting it, so
right.
There was a difference with that. I think it's great. Had this been the way I purchased it, you probably would not own it at this time, but I wasn't willing to do what you did, and that's sink a bunch of money into a budget gun, but you made it really nice. It's sharp looking. I'm just going to do this for the people that have not seen it. Look at that. The custom paint job, the grips, the compensator. I like it. Now, I have had several High Points, and most people that bash High Points never really owned a High Point. They go based on the price. They will call it certain names. They will say certain things about it. But unless you have hands-on experience with a handgun, in my view, you lose your right to complain about it. You can't do it based on somebody else's opinion. You have to generate your own if you're going to be in the gun community. And when we shot this initially, it fed, fired, ejected, everything just fine.
I've never had a mishit on it.
Right, we can talk about the point of impact and everything else, but it did exactly what it had to do. Since you put these accessories on there, you made it even better by a lot. And it turned into a very nice handgun. Yes, it's heavy. It's extremely heavy. It's a High Point. Many 1911s are heavy. The popular double stack 1911s that everybody's chasing after, paying thousands of dollars for, guess what? They're heavy. So this is heavy, and it's in 10mm. It's got 9-round mag?
10.
10-round mag. Not bad for a 10mm, you know, same diameter as a 40. Anyhow, I think it serves its purpose in the gun world. Yes, you can get better, but not for 200 bucks. I don't think so. No, not even close. Where? It's not even, I don't think so. I don't think it can happen. Do you?
No, and you take the 9mm and the 40s and the 380, I've seen them on for 149 bucks.
Yeah.
And if a person's on a budget and maybe it's their first gun, you know, that's it. I mean,
well, that's one thing we should be thankful to High Point for, is they brought a lot of people into the shooting world who may have never gone there. And I'm talking before a lot of these other budget manufacturers. So in that regard, we should be thankful to them. They make great carbines. Everybody will tell you they make great carbines. I have hands-on experience with their carbines, and I will tell you they are very nice. And what you do with this, I think it's great. And it shoots better now as well because of the red dot. Can you just give your opinion of this red dot, and is it budget? And
it's definitely a budget. I originally bought it for my Glock 17, and I had to buy a plate, excuse me, that replaced the rear sight. And I just was not happy with it on the Glock. It just seemed like when I shot it, I was having to hold, it felt, and it even looked like I was holding the muzzle down before I could find that dot. This one, it still tips a little bit just because of the relationship on the height to where the frame's at. Now, if this was optic ready, man, that would be the cat's butt. And now I have no problem with that optic at all. Now, the durability of it on a 10 millimeter, that remains to be seen. I think I've put a couple hundred rounds through this thing now, and so far the dots stay in there, and that's all I can say about that. But as far as putting any money into it, I bought a couple cans of rattle paint. I think they was $8 a can. The compensator was only like 25 bucks. The mount was, I believe it was 17. Of course, I had the red dot, and the grips was 20 something. I think it was $22 or $23 I got on eBay. So I ain't got a whole lot of money into it. And I never even thought about getting a high point until they come out with this 10 millimeter. I bought a Smith & Wesson M&P 10 millimeter last year, and I fell in love with the 10 millimeter. I've shot several of Dan's in the 1911. And I thought, you know, I want another 10 millimeter for the collection. Now, this is not a carry gun. Believe me, you don't want to carry this thing. Especially some of these young people that's got their pants down around their, you know what, they ain't going to have no pants on. So they might as well just walk around with this in their underwear. And then they wouldn't have them on. But that's it on a high point, and that's all I really got to say about that. How about you?
Have you shot that side by side with your M&P?
Not yet.
Okay. That would actually make a nice video. I'm sure some people watching may want to see that.
That's coming.
Okay,
I've thought about it. I just never got around to it. But we'll have to work on that.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. So the way I look at it, for a $200 price tag, you probably have about $320 into this in total.
Well, if I count the red dot on it.
How much was the compensator?
25 something.
Oh, that's a steal.
Yeah, and I bought it directly from High Point. The base, I think I got that from, I can't name the company, but it was like $17. So, you know, you're looking at 50 bucks plus, I think I only paid 60 for the red dot. So you got 110, so I got $310 in it. Plus they even give you a little cover for the red dot.
Okay.
So.
Very nice. Good work with it.
It's definitely a budget gun.
Is it lipstick on the pig, though?
Oh, yeah, we got to explain this. The reason why when I got this, it was all black. It's fat, it's ugly, its name is Hillary. Now, you figured the rest of it out. And you heard the old saying, I think it was back when McCain, that Sarah Palin always said, well, you can't put lipstick on a pig. Well, you can put lipstick on a pig, and that's living proof. That's why I call it Hillary.
Do your give a little kissy.
This is my baby girl here. This is my baby. All right. You have any more to add to it, Dan?
No.
All right. If you like videos like this, hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification. Of course, appreciate a share. Comments are definitely welcome. Thanks for watching. God bless America and our armed forces, past and present. Hopefully we'll see you for an episode 3.